Now, the South African government has unveiled a number of incentives for local car makers to produce electric cars. A pilot program between the public and the private sector for an emission-free electric car is already underway. With the details, here's CCTV's Sumitra Nydoo from South Africa.
South Africa's local car manufacturing industry is being enticed by government to create an environmentally friendly transport sector by building electric cars. According to figures from 2009, the automotive sector contributes to at least 30% of carbon emissions in developed economies and 20% worldwide. South Africa is the 13th largest global emitter of carbon dioxide in the world and the largest on the African continent.
So this is typical weekday traffic in Johannesburg. It's essentially why South Africa wants to introduce the electric car. It would help to bring down noise and pollution.
South Africa lags behind the rest of the world in the greener motoring arena. And as the country's development continues to grow, so does the demand for transport. Trade and Industry Minister Rob Davies says measures need to be taken to curb the country's carbon footprint.
It's estimated that the global fleet is growing at a rate of about 16 million vehicles a year between 1970 and 2025, when the total number of vehicles on roads is expected to be about 1 billion. Energy demand for transportation has been growing by about 2.5% per year this is the estimate between 1999 and 2020.
Car manufacturers will have to first produce 5,000 cars before they qualify for an incentive and would then be reimbursed for 35% of all production costs over 3 years.
So we're saying for electric vehicles there'll be a 5% additional allowance on the investment support program, and that we will reduce the floor for accessing the production incentives. Ordinary vehicles, the floor is 50,000 units, and we're saying for electric vehicles it'll be 5,000, realizing that this is a new technology.
The testing of electric vehicles has already started. The new Nissan Leaf has arrived in South Africa, and the BMW i3 is expected soon. But electric cars need infrastructure. A proper solar network will need to be in place to accommodate charging stations where the public can have their car batteries charged, and also technology for electric car owners wanting to charge their vehicles at home. At the moment, there are 3 charging stations that are being tested. These are part of a pilot program, and there's expected to be around 50 in place once the plan has been fully implemented.
We have our long-term trajectory and the road that ourselves and Minister is introducing here as South Africans of greening the manufacturing sector, in particular in the motor industry, is a long one. We have also made this commitment with the understanding that it will be with the necessary support, financial support from the international world.
The integrated plan to manufacture electric cars in South Africa still requires extensive research and a combined effort from car makers, Eskom and government departments including Science and Technology and Environmental Affairs. The roadmap will be made available for public comment and consultation in June. A final program on its implementation will be presented to Parliament in September. Sumitra, Nydoo, CCTV, Johannesburg.